Giving it all we got, giving it all we can, giving it all we got. Oh, climbing up to the top of the world, no fear, we're gonna make it. Everything we want is ours. Whoa.
This cat seemed to have cornered a snake this morning. What do you got, boys? Yeah, it looks like a rat snake. What is that? It's got that yellow neck. Yellow neck. What is that? Is that a kukri? They're gonna keep playing with it. Ha. Don't let it. They'll keep playing with it. There's a snake encounter here on the farm. I'll use my snake gloves. Huh? Well, they're gonna bite them and kill them. What is it, boys? Come here, bro. That's right. Come on. Go coil up. Whoop. The gloves are quite cumbersome because they're thick. They're thick, and they don't. You know, they're bite-proof. Snake bite-proof gloves. They're all muddy too because I, you know, catch snakes with them. But what I can do is just toss him over there. Saved another life. So, year and a half on the farm. That probably makes I don't know, 37, 38 snake encounters. Not too bad. All right, back at you. Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing? Uncle Craig here on the Thai farm. Yeah. And it is another hot and sunny day, and I'm happy about that because maybe I can put some wood sealer on that bridge. It was hot yesterday, a bit overcast. It was actually more humid, a lot of water in the air, so wasn't really drying that wood out as much as I wanted to. But today it's only like 10 o'clock or something now, so maybe later this afternoon, if the sun keeps up like this, it'll be hot enough. We just went out to the local government fish hatchery, and because we have like a Thai farm or whatever, we can benefit from getting the fish, the fry, you know, at a significantly reduced price than going where we normally go. Before we had an address and all that, we went and got fish at the private, you know, hatcheries, and those fish are, I don't know, they're like 10 baht, 20 baht each or something, or no, 6 baht, or some of them are 10 baht, whatever. Anyway, these fish were 20 satang, which is like, you know, 100 satang to 1 baht, so only 20. So we paid 400 baht for 2,000 fish, and I think that's like, yeah, 4 bags. It actually could be more because they kind of scoop them up in a bowl. They know what the bowl looks like, and put that in a bag. So we put them underneath the bridge for now. Here, I'll show you. Sitting in the water. Try to put them in the cooler water first. I'm gonna put my waders on because we're gonna try and release them over in the pakbong so the birds don't eat them up and they have a better chance of survival. And the water will be coming in. Are you putting water in there? I'm putting a little bit more water in here. All right, man, let me get to it and I'll get back at you. Well, I got my waders on. We'll get me a bag of fish. Hopefully I won't sink too far into the water. Let me put this camera down on its little GoPro handle tripod. Can you see back there? Yeah. See him? Hope I don't sink too far. Whoa, 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 whoa. Huh? Oh, shush. Okay, whoa. Well, that task is done. We'll see how long they survive. Won't really be able to tell until, until they grow, until the pond fills with water. But here, check it out. There. Baby fishes. One day they'll graduate and be in my belly. Feel warm in this water. Whoa. It's deep over here. Ow. Up. Thank you, Jesus. Whew. I didn't plan on working today. Actually got supposed to have a couple of subscribers come by. Long time subscribers. Anan supposed to come by and yeah, he's checking out knockdown houses. Might buy themselves one. Whew. And you know, what's that? Already, huh? Yeah, they probably, you know, it's a new environment, so safety in numbers, so they probably gather together. Oh yeah. Yeah, pretty much the same. Look at over there. Careful on the edge right there, honey. I'm not, I haven't fixed that one part. Yeah, they're gonna be, well, there's thousands of them. There's 2,000. 2,000 fish just put in the pond. And remember, I don't know if you've been watching, this pond was the one that the fish seemed to get phenomenally bigger than that pond. And I don't know if it's because I have so much, before anyway, had so much of the water lilies in there and a lot more fish. Obviously everybody would probably say, yeah, you know, when you have a lot of fish, they don't grow as big. But I don't know, over there, man, they grew big quickly, like twice the size they were in there. But it's all good now. I feel like bugs are eating me though from the pond. But all that pot bone that I released them into, you know, though when they get bigger, whatever, they're all feed on that. So I thought I should actually eradicate that, you know, and take it all out, because I already cut the grass twice, I think, but it just grows way too fast. And you know, take out the pak boom, but it's not a terrible amount like there was when we first came. When we first came, that pond, and this pond too, that pond, it was full, man. It probably had layers and layers of roots down. The more it grows, the heavier the root, the heavier the float is, and then it pushes it down, so you get more roots. Not really roots, but more of a system in that pak boom. So we had to have the, you know, the excavator pull all that out from around the whole pond, and then we scooped it all up and used it for basically for fertilizer back there, mulch. We let it get rotten, and we had the cousin till it in the ground. But those fish will eat that. They do like eating the pak bone roots. And but those little baby ones, they'll probably nibble on the roots and stuff. Hopefully, like I say, they'll stay away. That'll provide cover so the birds don't scoop them up. But dude, is that a bird already over there? Oh no, it's one of those weaver birds. You know, I have seven nests in this one tree now, and 3 in the other, 4 or 4 in the other, and then the big old trees underneath or over by the other pond. There's 2 or 3 green nests in there now. And yesterday I was out there and I saw one of the birds flying by with a big old piece of green grass, you know, in his mouth. And then I realized that, you know, the other day when I put the lacquer on there, before I, not lacquer, but the waterproof seal, before I put that on there, I swept it off, and there's all kinds of the green pieces of grass, and I'm like, what? It was like somebody bush cutting out here, and it blowed over and landed on all that stuff. But I realized it's not what it is. It's all them weaver birds, man. They come down and they clip off a piece of grass and they take off with it, and they'll either drop it or maybe they clip two pieces, one piece falls. So it was all scattered. And even yesterday when I saw them, it was all scattered along the bridge too, and I'm like, where the hell does this come from? And then when I saw the bird taking off with the one, I was like, oh, that's what it is. It's these birds, man. It takes a lot to make one of those big old birdhouses with a nest. I mean, that's basically all they do, right? They just weave a house, they build their house, they mate, make babies, and then babies go fly away and start building their house, and so on and so on and so on. And then the massive rain and wind comes and knocks that house right down like, it's Kansas or something. But anyway, I know my wife's been wanting to put fish in there, so it's pretty deep. When I walked, it was where I released the fish. It was high thigh in terms of the depth. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but I know from when I emptied the pond before. Here it is, an ant. It's biting me right now. I know when I emptied the pond before that a little bit, had I gone a little bit further, it probably would have been closer to my chest. So it's deep enough. I'm not too worried about the heat, because when we did empty that pond and the water was lower, dang man, that water was boiling. It actually boiled whatever fish were left. They finally got the heck out of the mud, and they're like, I gotta get out of here, the mud's too hot. And then but then they just get out into the hot water and they just cook themselves. And they're on the shore, they're trying to actually move all the way up out of the shore because the water's so hot, which is crazy, because the thinner the water, whatever, more shallow the water, the hotter it is. So they're trying to get out of the water, but they got to go through like fire water. I couldn't go in there. If my bare feet, I could not step in the water. It was too hot. That's how hot that was. So you hate to put a 2,000 little fry fish and have them fried. So, but if I remember, the little fish, they can't dive down deep, right? They're too buoyant because they don't have like all their guts and everything yet, or strain. So they have to have, if they're near the surface of the water, they're going to have some kind of shade. And I think there's enough, and I use my hand to make a hole when I put them in there, but I think there's enough of a root system underneath there, and certainly enough of the leaf cover that the water, it's not too hot. They'll survive. But out of the 2,000, who knows? You're not going to get 2,000 growing fish out of there, that's for sure. There's going to be, I don't know, 30% or something probably. A couple hundred fish maybe. 2,000, 10% would be 200 fish. Yeah, maybe even 10%. I bet you there's got to be some data from these farmers about what the percentage of fish is after you put in a bunch of them. I know it all depends, but fair enough. Most fish farmers know what they're doing or have been doing it for a while. So there is probably some consistent data, like if you have a normal pond or a pond with pakbong or whatever, a pond with grass or like this. So yeah, you'll probably see about a 20% return or something like that. Who knows? I don't mind. I do know that the last time we emptied the pond, we didn't have a pretty good return. I mean, we took a bunch of fish out of there, sold a bunch of the big old swai, but some of the other fish we put in there, there were a lot. I don't know how much. 1,500 fish. I don't know that we got 10% return on that. You know, if you're in a controlled environment, our fish, we were talking, Dot and I were talking about this the other day with respect to our fish, because we catch fish in the pond, you know, and we eat it. We ate fish last night again, I think. You know, of course we eat other stuff, but we had some steamed fish last night, and they were really good, you know, really healthy, thick white meat, you know, these fish are really good. And then we thought about that, and we thought that our fish were better than other fish. And the reason being, we figured, well, our fish are kind of like free-range fish, if there is such term. They're just in the pond, swimming around, whatever. So it's not a controlled environment. A lot of these guys that sell fish, you know, for a living at the markets and stuff, they got them in a fixed area, like in a fixed pen, you know, with that blue netting around it, whatever. And they're just fed, and, you know, eat until they get big and heavy, so that they can be sold, because they're sold by weight, you know, most often, and then like that. So ours, you know, are basically just fish. They swim around, do whatever. I mean, we feed them, not overly amount. We feed them more of a, you know, just to make sure they're healthy, they're getting enough food or whatever. And then when we want to catch them, we catch them. The ones in the other pond over there that we emptied, I said this a number of times, but we never fed them nothing. They just lived off of the pakbong, or, you know, the morning glory that's over there. They lived off of whatever the vegetable was on the perimeter. We didn't even throw old fruit in there or nothing. I mean, there are a lot of fruit that actually dropped from that one tree. I'm laughing because I remember when Jim and Meow were here and they spent the night in the shop house visiting, you know, I cautioned them about the fruit dropping, and it might go bam on the roof and spook you or whatever. And sure enough, Jim shared with me that, you know, there were 2 fruit bombs during the night. And actually, right now, there's 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe a day that fall from that tree. I don't know why they fall so much. I guess they just get ripe and so heavy they pull themselves off. It's, you know, I forget the name of the fruit. To me, it's like a big grapefruit. But yeah, man, that's a bomb. Boom. But the most of that tree hangs out over the pond, and so they will fall into the pond and make a big old splash. So those other fish probably ate on that too. But those fish in that pond were huge, man. They were twice the size of these, and we never fed them. You know, and I thought, well, maybe we're feeding them, and that keeps them small. I don't know. We'll see, though. We did on that monk ceremony. You know, we had the boys come over and they threw the net out and caught quite a bit of fish, 2 or 3 hauls of good sized hauls of fish, you know, for the celebration. And those were probably the fish that hung out over here all the time, that got most of the food maybe. And now that they're all gone, all the other fish are like, hey, you know, the bullies are gone or whatever. So now there's twice as many fish that's showing up underneath the balcony over there. I'm like, dang, man. In fact, let's go look. Yeah, I was surprised. I walked by. If it's early in the morning, then I walk over there on the side. They get spooked, you know. Like, and the whole area, the whole surface area of the water will go because, you know, the fish are spooked. I'll probably spook them now when I get over there. Oh yeah, by the way, I think I showed you, maybe not, in the video I told you my wife had me wanting me to come out here and do this. So I put this up put those two boards on the outside here, protect from rain. I did this to stagger, you know how you put one like this to still let the air through there when it's cooking, like for hot pepper stuff, but at least block it from the wind, you know. One of my many projects. Where are you, fish? It's hot out, and they usually eat in the morning, so they're not out here looking for food. They're down probably over there, you know, where it's cooler or whatever. But let's see, I'll throw some food out here, see if we can't get them. Normally you throw that and it's immediate. It's an immediate fish fest, but you know, one or two of them will find it, and then they send the signal out, like a bat signal, like, hey, somebody threw some food over here. But you can see they're not really food dependent. So look at that big old catfish right there. You see him? Let's see. There he goes. There he is. The catfish, man. They'll start coming here. Dot caught up. Ouch. Dot caught a big old catfish yesterday, or day before yesterday, I think. And she put it in the tank over here. We have a ceramic tank, you know, let it stay alive before we're gonna cook it or whatever. But we ate the tilapia and stuff, and she wound up tossing it back in there. Well, we'll let it go, let it get bigger. It was a big one, but she's gonna let it get bigger. Yeah, there's a couple fish over here starting to panic, so we're gonna send that message out. That catfish still there though. Usually I don't see the catfish come to the surface, you know, the bottom feeders, but there, man. Whoa. Yeah, we'll pick up on it. There's the catfish. So yeah, when the fish when all the tilapia start feeding real fast, the catfish, they bail. They don't want to be part of that massive, they don't want to be part of all that, you know, bullying. But they are good to eat, man. These are the nests, the weaver birds. There they go. They chase each other too, but you know, there's one nest there, there's another one, and another one, and another one. Was that 4? And 5 over there, 6. I think all the way out there they're making another one, 7. And the other one's in that tree over there. Yeah, there's 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 4 over there. He's in there. The bird's in there right now weaving. So yeah, that's life on the Thai farm, man. You got birds. It's all quiet out here. And watch the birds weave their happy homes, and the fish, you can catch them and eat them. Or restock the ponds as we did this morning. Not a major job to do, right? The rice, once you plant the rice, you know, that's it. It grows itself, you know. That's not a big maintenance thing. In the early time, you might spread it with, or you might spray it with pesticide, when it's young, so that it doesn't mutate or whatever. But for the most part, rice farming, you just watch it grow, man. If it was me, I would keep the rice out there like all the time. I would just, after you harvest it, you grow it again and stuff. Of course, that would just ultimately weaken the soil. But I suppose I could just keep doing it until, it won't grow rice, and then I just put lawn out there, have my own little football field, play soccer, rugby, cricket. Yeah, imagine that. My own sports field. But if I did that, then I have like 100 people here all the time. Speaking of sports field, though, the one thing I am going to make, I haven't decided where. Somewhere maybe over there, or maybe I should put it back there. I want to make a horseshoe pit, man. I like horseshoes, man. And I think I'm going to make my own horseshoes. Yeah. I'll be the fabricator, man, of all things. It's a really beautiful day, actually, right now. You can clearly see the trees into the mountains and all that, and the hills. A lot of times, clouds or overcast kind of obstructs that. But it's a gorgeous view. I think I might take my drone up out in the village somewhere on the backside, get some drone shots, put that in my next video. Very cool, man. Yesterday we went for a drive. Where did we go? Well, I think we went to go get the other day when I went to get that eucalyptus poles or whatever, and I only found the one. On that road, I turned on the road where I got the old wood for the solar project, all that stuff. But we wanted to just kept going on that road, and that turns out that road, it was actually dead end, and we came back and we turned right somewhere. We wound up turning somewhere and to make a circle come all the way through these mountains back to here. Well, and it was cool, man. Went through, very rural, mountainous, hilly villages, no power out there and stuff, but Thai life, man, it was awesome. Guys have like 4 or 5 cows, whatever, like a Brahma bull or whatever, breeder or something. And then some other guys with the kwai, the water buffaloes, and typical stuff you see in your little National Geographic magazines, kind of the stuff that a lot of visitors, Westerners, come to Thailand and go, wow, I want to live here. Very few make it. Not only make it to Thailand, but I'm not sure living out here on a Thai farm is for everybody. In a knockdown house, it's not for everybody. But the thing that keeps me in the frame, so to speak, is the fact that I want to be here. I've always wanted to be here. Or I should say, maybe I always wanted to not be where I was. No matter where I was, it was like I didn't want to be there, except actually on Saipan. On Saipan, that island adventure, man, where of course I spent like 17 years there, so. But I probably could have died there, if I would have had my way. But, I was done. Just got done with it, moved on. But even while I was there, I always looked for other adventures, always traveled to other countries and did stuff and everything. And then after, of course, I met my wife on Saipan. It was like, all right, because I had already been in Thailand, and I was like, yeah, one more reason why, Thailand is probably going to be my home. If I can live like this, you know, like, oh, you know, no stress, rural kind of life until I die, then I will have lived a good life. Already saw the whole world, did everything you could probably think of, you know, climbed high mountains and swam with sharks and all that stuff. And now I'm relaxing on a Thai farm, building stuff, forts and stuff. Kind of like doing stuff that I did when I was allowed to do as a child. And nobody's bothering me. You know, nobody. I can't even remember last time I saw a policeman. Really. I mean, I definitely didn't see, I haven't seen one, I don't know, a few months. I didn't even see him on the road when I go to town. But, you know, and that's a good thing. But anyway, that's Thai life, man, on a Thai farm. And the thing is, if I want, I can go down the city. We're going, you know, next couple weeks we're going to Hua Hin. We're going to go through Bangkok and all that. Either down on the way down or on the way up. Have the city. I love the city. Bangkok's one of the best cities I've ever been to. But I don't need to live there. You know, I can drive there and hang out for a few days or a week or whatever I want to. And then come home to big old open space, big old views, and a symphony of wildlife that calls out to me day and night, thanking me for being here. All right, man. Well, that's about it from here on the Thai farm. And thanks for watching. Keep watching, and I'll get back at you.